In this video, I'm going to explain and give you a short demonstration of the leadership exercise we call taking territory. To start with, the purpose of taking territory is to establish your leadership in the herd by teaching the horse to always watch you. It's not that the horse becomes suspicious and untrusting. On the contrary, within the herd there will always be one leader who has the hard job of watching out for the herd. All the other horses have only one easy job: follow the leader. But to follow the leader, the horse must be watching the leader. This exercise is just mimicking exactly what that lead horse does to a new horse in the herd. As long as you are watching me, life can be great. You can eat and be at peace. But if you don't watch me, I'm going to get after you until you learn to watch me. The end goal for this exercise is that the horse watches us wherever we go, even if he must move his body to do so, and eventually that the horse is willing to leave his food and follow us when we ask nicely. Now, depending on how the horse is, you may or may not reach that end goal in the first session. Some horses take a couple of sessions before they are willing to leave their food and follow you. One other thing that I would like to point out is that many of you probably heard me say that food aggression is not a food problem, but a leadership problem. This exercise, if performed correctly and consistently, will completely eliminate food aggression. Now, on to the how-tos. You're going to need a fairly large space. It doesn't have to be huge, but definitely bigger than a regular stall. A good-sized turnout, round pen, or arena will do the trick. Start by placing a mound or bucket of goodies that the horse really likes in the center. There should be plenty to last you through the exercise. Some hay mixed with oats, carrots, apples, or treats is best. Let the horse loose in the pen and allow him to eat for a few minutes while you go grab your long lunch whip. I'm going to take this opportunity right here to give you a warning that it is important that you have a long lunge whip and that you use a lot of energy as you move the horse off, so you don't have to get so close that you run the risk of getting kicked. Many horses will kick out or buck when startled from behind, so be very careful that you're not in the line of fire. Alright, now that the stage is set, you'll enter the pen and start circling around your horse. If your horse is not paying attention and allowing you to get behind him, then you'll use your lunge whip and a lot of noise and energy to chase him off the food. Now the point here, and I want to be very clear on this, is not to chase the horse around. The point is to take the territory or food. So once you've chased the horse off, stay standing at and focused on the food. Do not allow the horse to come back into you or the food until you see him go, "Okay, fine, it's yours." You'll get a chance to see the body language in this video, but basically you'll be looking for the horse to be stopping at a distance from you, facing you, resting a foot, looking and chewing, and those sorts of things that basically tell you, "Okay, fine." At that point, you'll go up to the horse, say hello, and invite him back to the food. Make sure you do not just leave the food and let him get it himself. It's important that you actually invite him back in. You'll then leave him to eat and start the process all over again. Now that's a lot of information to comprehend without a visual, so let's go ahead and jump to the video. Now this is Chica, and she is quite a dominant little mare. She's only about 4 years old, but she sure thinks she's something, as you can see right there. She's pinning her ears and running in. So this is why we're doing this exercise, because she is so pushy and dominant. We're trying to teach her a little bit of respect here. And it's real windy, so she's kind of hot and spooky anyway. She's a little half Arab. So I'm just going to wait for her, just let her settle until she's calmly eating. It's not something that you want to be chasing them around when they're already spooky anyway. So like I said, I'll just let her settle for a minute. I'm going to go up and give her a chance. I'm going to introduce myself, and she wants nothing to do with me. So I'm going to go, "Okay, that's fine." If your horse won't acknowledge you, don't push it. They're going to acknowledge you in a minute here. But yeah, I gave her the opportunity. I was polite, and if she's going to be rude, then we'll just see what happens. So I'm circling around. She pays no attention to me, so I chase her off. Loud noises, run the whip up her tail, that sort of thing until she moves off. And notice here, it's very important, I didn't run after her. I took the territory. I took the bucket of food. Okay, so now I'm just focused on that. She's going to try to sneak in or move me off, and I'm just going to say, nope, mine. And she can have her little tantrum and whatever. And again, I'm kind of keeping an eye on her, but I'm more so focused on the food. I'd rather that she wasn't behind me, but for the first time I'll give it to her. And notice how once she relaxed and stayed off of me, I went up, acknowledged her, and she acknowledged me back this time, and I invited her in to eat. And then I'll leave her alone for a minute and let her settle. But it's important, like I had said, that you don't just let the horse come in and get the food when they want. You always lead them back to it. So now I'm going to circle around the other side. And just give her a chance to see me and see what I'm doing. I want her to succeed is the thing, so I'm not going to totally just sneak up on her. I'm going to give her the opportunity to say, hey, I'm coming around here. Now she's spooked at something over there, so I'm just going to mind my own business. Okay, whatever. Okay, she's not, oh, there she goes. That was better. She's looking, and I start to come in, but, so that was a very delayed response on her part, but I'm going to give it to her this time. I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt, even though it was a delayed response, but next time I'm going to want it sharper. So that was only the second time, so I said, all right, I'll give that to you, even though it was a bit slow, but next time I'm going to like to see her watching a little bit better than that. There, that's what we want. See right there how she moved her hind away so she could see me? That's exactly what we want. So then notice how I'm not going to continue pressing that same direction. I retreat. I move back the other way. Go, okay, good. That's what we like to see. Now let's try on the other side. And I make a wide circle back around the other way. And I'd like to see the same thing on this side. Nope, so I chase her off. And it's going to be different to each side. Again, I'm taking the food. So she's going to think about it for a minute. She'll throw a little tantrum. Some horses are more reactive than others. That's, some just move off and go, oh, okay, I'm sorry. And then other horses will run around and try to sneak in and whatever. So it just depends on their personality. But either way, your focus is on the food. Yep, see, it's my food, and I'm focused on that in here, and I'm not going to let her sneak in and take it. Because if she can sneak in and take it from me, then that puts her in the dominant position. Then that's the reverse of this exercise, where she becomes in charge. So I just kind of keep an eye on her just in my peripheral vision. I'm not going to really be watching her because I want her to be watching me. But I will kind of see her in my peripheral just so I know what she's doing. And when she acknowledges me, I invite her back in. And I wait. I'm not going to try to go up to her when she's having her tantrum. I wait until she gives that, you'll see the horse kind of stop and go, oh, okay. And that's when you go up to him and bring him back in. So I circle around this way. Good. And I give to her. And that's, like I said, what you want is ideally for the hind end to move, but the key is that they're watching you. That's the most important part. So I circle around this way. Good, and she moved off. I would have rather her move the other way, but it doesn't matter. So now that she's done it twice in a row, once to each direction, we'll go ahead and give it to her. That was good.